Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful and excited that you are here with me today. Today I'm going to be talking about my teaching testimony. And again, I'm at the beginning of everything, but a lot has happened so far and God has been so faithful through it all. And we are also going to be going through some questions and I'll be answering them, so it's going to be a fun time. But first we need something super important. Coffee. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. And we're back. All right, are we gonna focus? Awesome. So I got the coffee, I scarfed down an entire pizza, and we're here. Okay, so let's dive right into my teaching testimony. So I'm going to tell this like I would tell a story to my friends because we're friends. So I graduated back in 2017, December of 2017, and I majored in human development. So all things psychology, sociology, and anthropology. In that last semester, we had to pick an internship for our practicum course, and I picked the best internship. For privacy reasons, I am just going to call them the soccer internship. But yeah, and contrary to the name, it was based on soccer and sports education, but truly the root of it is character education and working with students and showing them that they matter and that their mental health matters. And these were students who were at risk. And so it was just an awesome experience. I love the team to this day. We keep in touch. And yeah, so that is a huge part of the story and kind of leads us into what happened right when I graduated. And after I graduated, I had two options. I could either stay at the internship, like be hired on, or I could be hired at an elementary school as an instructional assistant. And so I prayed about it. It all happened very quick as well. And I went ahead and chose the elementary school. And let's give this elementary school a name because it is gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up again. Let's call it, I don't know, Daisy Elementary School. Okay, so we had soccer internship, Daisy Elementary School. I was hired on as an instructional assistant at Daisy Elementary School, and honestly, it was really, really hard. It was an amazing experience, and I truly believe that God wanted me to experience working there. And I'm still able to volunteer at the soccer internship, but obviously my focus was on Daisy Elementary. It was hard because I now know that I just did not know who I was, and so going into it, I was very timid, and not having that confidence really affected my work. And my work was still good, but looking back now, I'm just like, you were still growing so much, and I am still growing so much, but I was just like, you were a little pipsqueak, and that's okay. And it all fell into place eventually. Also, this is also another story, but I met the coolest guy there. And so I also know that we were supposed to meet in that time. So summer rolls around, and it was just a really tough semester. And so at this point, we are in June 2018. I'm also at this point applying for grad schools because I wanted to be a counselor, a high school counselor, and I actually got into a grad program and I was very excited about it. So in the summer, I quit the elementary school job. I talked with the soccer internship, and I was able to have like a super part-time job with them that I could still balance that with grad school, balance it well. And that kind of trails into, oh, sorry, Yuki. That trails into what happened at grad school. So fall rolls around, fall 2018, and I'm sitting in this grad program, and I decide, and it's just so clear to me that it was not the right program for various reasons, but reasons that were very, very clear to me. It just wasn't the right fit. And that was a very defeating feeling. So I ended up quitting grad school shortly after, and I dove in to the soccer internship, which at this point was a job, not an internship. But I dove in there head first, and I did that. It was amazing. Worked with a ton of students, handled my own programs. It was great. But eventually I knew that I had a lot of decisions still yet to be made. Like, what is grad school going to look like? When am I going to go back? Am I going to do counseling? What kind of counseling? I loved working at the soccer place, but I knew that I had to do something else. I had been working at the soccer internship for around a year, and I am casually, not casually, looking at other job positions within the school district again. because I knew that whether it was counseling or something else, I wanted to work with students. And in October of last year, I get a call from Daisy Elementary School. So basically from there, I juggled both jobs, the soccer internship and Daisy Elementary. And the soccer internship, I was also doing their HR. I was busy and life was messy, which is a theme in life in general. I went back to Daisy Elementary and I was a little nervous because I did have a hard time with it the first time around. But it was really, really different going in. I had grown so much in the past couple of years that I really felt more confident. Being at the soccer internship too, like I said, there was an amazing team there and they had always supported me in my professional growth, but also my personal growth. And so going into Daisy Elementary, I had such a different mindset, a different confidence, the way I held myself, the way I was able to speak to others. I finally knew myself and knew my strengths and weaknesses and knew that I could lean on God for everything and anything. And so I'm working at the elementary school and I'm observing teachers and I am just in awe of everything that they do for the kids and knowing that they are that front line for mental health. The kids trust them. They have this class that they take care of and are so passionate about and have such a heart for. And this whole time I'm thinking, I'm gonna go into counseling. This is a great foot in the door with being at an elementary school. I'm gonna go back to grad school for counseling. It's all gonna work out. And God was like, I want you to do teaching. And I've always wanted you to do teaching, and you have gone through all these hoops and loops, but it's because I want to point you towards teaching. And so I say, yeah, okay, let's do it. And there was a lot of prayer, there was a lot of talking to God, lots of back and forth because I was so set on counseling. But he really showed me that this was his plan for me all along. So I ended up quitting the soccer internship completely. Like I said, we still stay in touch and everything, but I quit that completely, focused on my school job, and really looked into programs for teaching. And I was nervous to tell people because I was the counselor in my family and my friend group, like, Joann, counselor. She's gonna be a counselor, high school counselor, she's that. And all of a sudden I want to be a teacher. But it's amazing because it's not all of a sudden. God knew all along that this was his plan for me. And the peace that I felt about it, no matter how much work I know is going to go into it, a lot of redirection, the peace that I felt and the peace that I still feel about it and the confidence that I have about it is unmatched. And I know that that comes from God. So I know that the whole story, that whole testimony is messy and at times confusing, so I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments, but that's life. Life is confusing and messy, but one thing that I have learned from all of this is that God is faithful and his plan for us is so good, and we might not know what the plan is, but he does, and he is trustworthy. So yeah, let's talk about current time. I am still an instructional assistant at Daisy Elementary. We are going into our fall semester, and that's going to be interesting with all the online stuff, but I am excited, I am ready, and I am working on my applications for my credential program. I'm looking at a couple of awesome schools, and actually something super exciting is that I passed the CBEST. So that is awesome. Praise the Lord for that. I am really, really excited, and yeah, this is my journey, and I'm just really, really grateful that you are here on this journey with me. Okay, so now let's get into the questions. Derek asks, is it fun? Yes, it's fun. The teaching journey is very fun. It's a lot of hard work, and I know teaching itself is going to be a lot of hard work, but when you love something, it's so fun. Danielle asks, I call her Lala, she's my cousin, when did you fall in love with teaching? So I actually always played school with my stuffed animals growing up, and so I would say that's when I really fell in love with teaching, but also like my big girl moment when I fell in love with teaching would be the second time I was at Daisy Elementary School and just observing teachers and being in their class and seeing the kids learn and grow and having that light bulb moment, and then going to God and hashing everything out about how I'm switching from counseling to teaching. Like, all of that was when I fell in love with teaching. She also asked, what is your dream classroom theme layout / layout? I really love neutrals. I really love like this green eucalyptus color, plants, pinks, like really cute, girly. She also asks, what grade or subject do you want to teach? So I am pursuing my multiple subject credential, and I want to teach anywhere from K through 6th. They are all fun in their own ways. Last semester, I really enjoyed working with the 5th and 6th graders. They are just so fun and sassy, and they are just great. My Kuya Oliver also asks what grade I want to teach, and so there's my answer, 5th and 6th, but really anywhere K through 6th. And Ralph asks, what's the most stressful part about being a teacher? So I'm not a teacher yet, but as a teacher's assistant, I can say finding that balance of being gracious and being gentle, but also being firm when you need to be, and like your kids knowing like, okay, it's time to work, but also knowing that I can come to my teacher with anything and she or he is willing to help me and have grace towards me. So balance. And Fatima says, what was one thing you learned that you 100% were shook by? Teaching styles, etc. Let's see. Well, obviously I'm going to go back to school and learn everything about Common Core, but being an assistant and not necessarily being trained in Common Core and having that be so different from how I learned growing up has been very interesting. So yeah, Common Core. And Matt asks, do you remember the exact moment you decided to be a teacher? And so yeah, I know I touched on the whole experience of deciding that I wanted to pursue teaching, but I remember sitting with my rowdy 5th graders. There were 4 of them in the group, and they were just being so rowdy and disrespectful, and I put my book down and I said, hey, we need to have a chat. And I talked to them about respect and how I wanted to respect them, and that's what I expected from them. And it was like a light bulb moment for them, and I thought that was really special because it humbled me, and it humbled me in a way that I didn't yell at them. I didn't, hey guys, like I really wanted to see them eye to eye. I wanted to hear them out, and I wanted them to know that this is a mutual respect, that their time to me is valuable, and so I want my time for them to be valuable as well. I want them to learn. I want them to grow. I don't want them to distract each other and hinder each other from the 30 minutes that we had with them. And that conversation really humbled me because I learned a lot from them. I learned a lot from my students. And going home that day, I felt really accomplished and proud, and I felt really set in my decision to pursue teaching because I know that I have that ability to be firm when I need to be, but also do it in a gracious way. And I hope that doesn't come off as bragging, but I think that's my personality. I want to hear from them, and I also know now the value of my words, and that I can use my words and my teaching, like when I become a teacher, to uplift the future generation, and that starts with conversations like that. So we did it, second video on this channel, and it was awesome getting to talk to you guys. Yeah, if you want to see more of these videos, more vlogs, and lifestyle and faith and fashion videos, I want to do a back to school haul. I know a lot of us are working from home, but that doesn't mean you can't be cute while you do that. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button. I don't even know if I have a notification bell button, but if you want to be notified for future videos. I am thinking of uploading every Monday, if that works for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.